Hey everybody, what's going on? Mark here. Welcome back. New year, new video. Let's get into it. So we're going to make another video about working with a small account inside of Pocket Options. So if, maybe you've only got like a few $100s or something like that, and you want to stay consistently profitable, well, this is going to be the video for you. Now, there's going to be a couple parts of this video. I'm going to show you the strategy that I use, which is called the Fast 5 strategy. And then we'll go into the money management, which is crucial for your success. So for setting up the strategy, all you have to do up here on the chart settings, set the chart type to regular candlesticks. For the time frame, select S30, which means that each candle will represent 30 seconds. And then over here on the little timer or expiration for the trades, you'll want to set this at 5 seconds. Now, it may not give you a 5-second button at the moment. So what you can do is click on S3 and then use the little plus and minus buttons over here, and you can just increase that until it says 5 seconds, just like that. So 30-second time frame, 5-second expiry, and you guys should be all set to go. All right, so I've got a little over $340 in here using my real account inside of Pocket Option. Here's my demo. Here's the real account. And so let's first go over to the money management, and what I use for that is my very own Wealth Warriors Trade Manager. So it's a highly advanced trade manager that allows you to win even if you have some losses. This spreadsheet is available to all of our VIP members that are part of our private group. And so we use this to give us that extra edge with our trading. So we don't have to guess at trades. We don't have to worry about over trading, or just entering in the incorrect amounts, which can lead to having multiple consecutive losses and getting ourselves into a lot of trouble when it comes to trading. This really helps us take out the guesswork. So what you do, and what I'm going to do here, is I've already entered in my initial capital, which is 340.76. And then I adjust the settings to fit my risk level, whatever I'm comfortable with. So at the moment, there's total trades, which is 8. And then the win trades, how many trades do I want to win out of how many total trades? So at the moment, I must win 1 out of 8 to make these sessions profitable, right? So I'm all set to go. Now over here on the left, the trade manager is going to give me the trade amount for the very first trade, which is going to be 103. So $1.03. It's the very first trade amount. So I'm going to enter in Pocket Options, put in 103, just like that. So once I have the time frames, I've entered the amount, then I'm ready to enter a trade. Well, I'm not really ready to enter the trade, but I'm ready to take a trade when I have the proper trading setup. Okay. So that's what I'm going to go into right now. All right, so let's take a look at the chart here, and we've got a new 30-second candle right here. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be entering the market or entering the trade after the first 5 seconds of a 30-second candle. Okay, so if we get a new 30-second candle, what you're going to do is count down 30, 29, 28. 27, 26, and right at the 25-second mark, you're going to look at the candles to see which color that it is. If it's red, you sell. If it's green, you buy. And I'll go through here and I'll be doing quite a few of these so you guys can understand how this works. That's going a little bit sideways there. Here we go. All right, so we've got about 12 seconds left before a new candle appears, so I'll just go ahead and wait for that. It's really simple, guys, so I'll show you exactly how to do this. So 2 more seconds. Okay, now here's the new 30-second candle. Look at that, 29, 28, 27, 26, right? It's holding green, so then I will enter the market just like that. Okay, it's an L, but that's okay. It was really close. Now, if it's indecisive or if the candle flips back and forth between red and green, then I'm going to wait for the next one. I'm going to skip the setup and wait. So, all right, so that was an L. no big deal. You got to have the L's to win, to have the wins, right? So 215 is now the next trade amount. Do you see how it's increased just a little bit? So we were at 103, now it's 215. So let's come back over here. So I know what some of you are thinking right now. Oh, this looks like martingale. Not exactly. Okay, it's not exactly martingale. This is a little bit different. There's an algorithm built behind this trade manager that allows you to withstand many more losses than you would have ever gotten from using martingale. Actually, martingale is pretty risky. So 215, let's come back over here. There we go. And okay, so it looks like we got a nice run up here. And we can stay in this chart. So here's a new candle. There it is, 29, 28, 27. Okay, you look at it, you see what it's doing. If it's kind of hesitating a little bit, then I'm going to wait. I'm not going to enter. But it looks like that could have been a good entry. Look at that. Now it's coming down. What we are going up is kind of, it has a little bit of an upward trend right now. Look at this. So that's up to you. If you want to look at previous price action to determine if you want to enter the trade or not, that's also something that you can do. I don't always do that. I mostly go based on how the candle looks. Okay. So that part's up to you. And you're free to just change the chart. Maybe you don't want to use this chart. You can switch it up a little bit, totally up to you, but it's really that straightforward, guys. I've taken a few $100s and have turned that into over a few $1,000s just by using this strategy. Everything starts off a little slow at first, but through the power of compounding, you're going to be able to see those gains much faster by doing it this way. All right, so probably just going to go ahead and wait on this one just a little bit. So we got about 5 more seconds to go. Hope everybody had a good holiday, Christmas and New Year's. Of course, whenever you're watching this video, it could be way past that time. So this video might be a little bit dated, but this is my first video of the year. So, all right, we can just go ahead and switch it up a little bit. All right. One more second, and here's the new 30-second candle. Let's see what happens. 28, 27, the countdown's right there for you. There we go. Looks like it's pushing down, but maybe not. Let's go ahead and take it. And there it is. So when you have a win, what you're going to do is you're going to mark it with a W. So we've marked the first one with an L, and then we get the next trade amount. But we've won this one here. So what we're going to do is just mark it with a W. And because we have the total win trades set to 1, we only have to win 1 trade per session for this session to be completed. That's what's really cool. So it says session end. And so now we can clear everything out and go to a new session. And when you use this trade manager, you'll get used to this terminology. The button up here will mark 1 session completed. So this way I can keep track. We have a little daily goals section over here, which allows you guys to set daily goals with the capital that you currently have. So let's say with the capital that I have, maybe something a bit more realistic might be like $25 or something like that, $25 a day, which means that I must complete 26 sessions a day to make $25 a day. Now that's out of $341. Once you have more capital in here, then let's just say this is 3,000, 3,400 instead of, so now you can see that I only need to complete 3 sessions to make $25 a day. You see that? So the amount of capital that you have inside a pocket option makes a huge difference. Okay, you can utilize that capital for drawdown. This keeps you in the game. We've got over 2,000 members using this trade manager right now, and they're just killing it inside of the group. A lot of great results. And let me just go ahead and there we go. So we're back and looks good. So we're back to the trade slot number 1, which is going to be 104. So let's go ahead. And you know what I think I'll do? Let's switch this up a little bit. So I'm going to switch this to 2. So we win 2 out of 8. And then I'm going to move this down to 9, 10, and 11. And I could probably go down one more. Nope, just going to keep it right there. There we go. So I'm going to keep it at 2 out of 11 now. This is going to be a lot more conservative way to play this game. I'm gonna make less money, but it's safer. So let's go ahead and try this out. Now, this might sound a little confusing if you've never used the trade manager before, but that's okay. Let's just go ahead and take the trade. So 124 is the first trade amount. There we go. And we're just going to continue and use the same strategy that we're doing here. So this is it. Pretty simple strategy. This is why I like it. We got about 2 more seconds to go. And here's the new 30-second candle. So you watch the countdown right there. Oh, it looks pretty good. Pretty strong green. It doesn't always necessarily mean you're going to win, but we just don't know. But there you go. And so I've got a win, although the next trade amount is under $1. And so, well, we can't really trade with less than $1 inside a pocket option. So in this case, I'm just going to go ahead and mark this session completed, and let's just go to the next one. So you'll learn over time that this is a very conservative way, a very safe way to trade inside a pocket option. And, besides guessing on the trade amounts, the trade manager will handle that for you, and you just follow the numbers. Pretty much just like paint by numbers, right? So 124, let's go ahead and enter that in. Oh, we've already got 124 entered in already, so, ooh, look at that. Now that was right at the 25-second mark, way down here, but did you see that candle was very indecisive? It was kind of like a doji candle, and when I see that, it just tells me that the candle doesn't really know which direction that it wants to go. So I will just go ahead and stay out of that trade and maybe choose a different chart. I don't have to, but just to mix things up a little bit for you guys, we can do that. Okay, check this out. Ooh, at 25 seconds. Ooh, that kind of had a little bit of a pullback right there. Did you see that? So this one's going to be a little, yeah, okay. That's all right. So let's go ahead and I'll mark this with an L. And then I get the next trade amount, which is 234. Okay, let's go ahead and put that in. So this is what I would do if I had a smaller account, and a little over $300 is pretty small for me. It's really hard to get that leverage in there with a capital of that amount. Got a little rejection there, guys. So let's go ahead and mark this with an L. And you can actually see this happening, guys. 433. Let's go ahead and put this in. And looks like the trash truck is coming today, so that's good. They don't come to pick up the trash on New Year's, so you got to wait an extra day. Make sure you get your trash outside for the trash can or the trash man to come pick that up. 791. There we go. And this is all I do, guys. I just keep trading along and, put a little music on in the background, and this is all I do. So pretty good momentum. Look at that. This is really dumping here. 27, 26. Kind of going against the grain a little bit, but I'm not giving it too much thought. Just going to go ahead and trade it on through, guys. 14, 15. Let's go ahead and do that. And just trade on through. That's all you got to do. All right, so 28, 27, 26. Not going to give it too much thought. Just going to go ahead and enter that. Got a big rejection there on that. So is what it is. And hey, you guys really get to see the power of the trade manager. 2461. You may have found yourself in a very similar situation when you're trading inside a pocket option and you have multiple losses in a row. right? And I'm showing you this because you're not the only one. This, this happens to everybody. Yeah, it's a little indecisive. Probably gonna go ahead and wait on that. So yeah, we got 5 losses in a row. Very normal because I've taken thousands of trades in pocket option. And the more you do this, just, the less fearful, I guess, you become. Might be hitting a little resistance there, but yeah, look at that. Right at that 25-second mark, you can see the candle is indecisive. Look at that. It's just, yeah, it's kind of hesitating there. So, all right, so get a little momentum there. Let's go ahead and give it a shot. Let's get it trading, guys. 2 more seconds. 1 more second to go. There it is. And we've got that win. Let's take a look here. So, okay. So we've had 5 losses or 5 L's, and then we had a win. And the account is down a little bit. It's 335. So there's a couple things that we can do here. Now we're working with a small account, and we can end the session now and take a little bit of a loss, right? This is optional. We can take a little bit of a loss, which is around $11 or $12. Or we can take the chance or take the risk of trading all the way through down here to 11 trades. But if we do that, we put ourselves at the risk of liquidation. Okay? So there's we have a max loss limit of 10. So we could only have up to 10 losses. And if we get, if we hit 10, that's pretty much, we're going to blow the account. So I don't want to do that. So what I'm going to do at this point is go ahead and click on new session. Now I know some of you guys are like, oh, Mark, come on. I want to see you trade all the way through. That's great. But these videos are not strictly for just entertainment. I may have, I've thought about in the future, maybe I'll make some more videos about blowing accounts and maybe even blow accounts on the video. I don't know, but just not going to do that today. So here's what I would do. I'm going to trade all the way through and we can gain this back. Let's see what we can do here. I'm going to move this to, so still we're at, there's not really much wiggle room there. So still going to keep it at 11, 2 out of 11. And we're going to start with 122. There we go. And let's go ahead and trade, guys. We need to make our money back, right? Well, we need to stay in the game, not so much make our money back. We just want to avoid blowing our account. That's the big one. So we've won that. Let's go ahead. We can keep trading. I think we can't really keep trading because we're at 23 cents. So what I think I'll do is move this down to 8 and move this down to 1. And let's put a little bit more risk on and let's trade 102. Let's do that. Feeling pretty good about this. So 10 more seconds to go. For most of you, what's happening is that you're trading, your amounts are too large. They're just too big. You might think like with $100, you should trade with $5 or $10 per trade. And that's just too much, guys. You guys are really going to lose money on your account that way. If you want bigger trades, you're going to have to put in more capital. especially when it comes to binary options. So we've won this. Looks good. Let's go ahead and clear this out. And let's do it again. So we're still at 102. You can see my initial capital is starting to increase a little bit. Let's just keep on going. And the goal for this video is to end up with more money than I started with. Okay. So just keep on going. It looks like this is, yeah, so this is, the trade manager has lined up with the amount of money that I have inside a pocket option. If you guys, if you've noticed that, it's off by a little bit, 33,739, and it says I have 33,758. I could make that adjustment, 33,739. Let's go ahead and just put 39. So it's just a little bit more accurate, but it does its best to match it up as close as possible with the capital that you have inside a pocket option. Isn't that cool? So we're at 102, and let's continue to trade. And this is all about what I would do if I was working with a small account. How exactly would I trade? You're looking at it right here. We've got hundreds of hours of videos on this channel, just trade after trade, thousands of trades that I've made on this channel, just so many different trades. And I've tried a lot of things. I've done almost every strategy out there. If you name it, I've done it. And there's a new strategy coming out every day, but the strategy is not really all, it's not all about that. Market conditions change, and you just have to find a strategy that you're comfortable with. If it fits your personality, then that's the strategy that you choose. And then use that money management at the same time. Combine those two together. You guys are going to be good to go. Trying to keep it fully transparent here with what I'm doing. You guys can watch my thought process, how I'm doing all this. And one more second. There's a new 30-second candle. Let's see what happens. So, ooh, well, that looks pretty interesting. I'll jump in there real quick. Ooh, got a nice little rejection there. See if it comes back. But, yep, there it is. So let's mark it with an L. 213 is the next trade. Maybe we'll catch the next candle here. So yeah, you know, typically I like to work with more capital. It's just less risky for me anyway. But I know a lot of you guys, you know, you may not have more money to put into the platform, and I understand that. All right, let's go ahead and take that. Ooh, little rejected off of that again. But looks like it came down for us. So, all right, we got a W. That looks good. I'm pretty happy with that. Let's go ahead and click on new session. We ended up with more money than what we started with there. 102, let's check the balance. Looks 33,833. Looks good. 33,833, perfect. First trade amount, 102. So we're still, yep, still at 102. And this will compound over time the more I do this. So there we go. I've got a link below down in the description of this video if you guys want to join the Wealth Warriors Alliance, and you can get all of our cutting edge trading tools. If you guys are tired of blowing accounts, would definitely check it out. Nice. Got the first one as a win there, and so, yep. We're only doing 1 out of 8, so that works for me. So now we're at 103. You see how this is, it's going up a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay, we're going to do a 1 or 2 second late entry on this. There we go. Perfect. Another one. Okay, so now we're back up to 340. So we need to get to, what is it, 342 or more, and to consider this a profitable video or profitable trading session. We're still at 103, so let's go ahead and take it. Oh, I'm a little late on that. Missed that pump there, so yeah. So let's mark this with an L, 215. Looks good. Keep on trading away. All right, not the best entry, but we'll go ahead and give it a try, see what happens here. Mark it with the W, click on new session, boom, there it is. 9 sessions completed so far. Now we're at 341.17, so we're almost back to where we started. And so, what was it? Let's go back to 103. There we go. All right, kind of risky. I mean, already had a good run up there, but it looks like it did work out in our favor, so. $342.12, let's keep on trading away, guys. Let's keep on going. Now we're at 104 for the trade entry. So over here, 104. All right. Need a little bit more push there, pocket option. Come on, let's do it. Let's go. There it is. So for me, I would say probably the 1 out of 8 is going to work best for me based on the capital that I have in here. Now, if you have less than $300 or, then you're going to have to adjust the settings here. But the trade manager will tell you the minimum amount that you must have for the settings that you choose. So if I change this to 1 out of 7, total trades 7, win trades 1, the trade manager will say you can have a minimum of $157. And your win profit is going to be just a little bigger. Okay. So now if you want to be more conservative, let's just say that I want to do 1 out of 9 trades. I must win 1 out of 9. Well, you can see that now there's a red alert because I don't have over $689. But if I did, then I can start trading with 1 out of 9. So all the information here really takes out so much guesswork, guys. It gives you the readouts and all the information for you, so you don't have to do the math on a calculator, and it just really saves you a lot of time. So let's keep trading, guys. I mean, we could just keep doing this. 1 out of 8. Let's enter the next trade amount, which is 104. Okay, I got that in there already. Let's go ahead and take another one for you. 29, 28. Little downward momentum there. Looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and enter. Okay. Let's go ahead and mark it with an L, 217. All right, let's try this. Ooh, kind of got the pump there right when I entered, so that's cool. All right. And there you go. So I'm pretty happy with that. I can continue to trade if I want to. I really like my strategy. I like the settings that I've chosen on the Trade Manager to win 1 out of 8. You know, it's almost like $1 per session. But, you know, every win that you get is going to gain you $1 on your account, even regardless if you have a loss, up to 8 max losses. If you put in more capital, that'll give you more room. It'll give you more room for drawdown. If I change this to 1 out of 10, now I can have up to 10 losses in a row. Okay. I'm going to have a little bit more capital for that. Now, when I come back on my next video, I'm going to have more money in my pocket option account. I don't know how much I'll have. I may put, you know, a few $1,000s in there or something like that. But by having a few $1,000s, now I have a max loss limit of 11. So that's what I really like about this. And we've added this feature in version 3. So you don't have to think about or wonder how many losses that you can have. It'll just tell you that right here before you even start trading, which is really cool. So if you guys want to get a hold of the Trade Manager, you want to stop blowing accounts and get serious about what you're doing, you can join over 2,000 members. We've got a nice group, and we've got a lot of members having great success with this program. We've got strategies and all the videos and different trainings from, you know, different strategies, all kinds of stuff that's in this private mastermind. And it's a Telegram group, and, you know, we try to keep it a nice, safe place to be, and we try to keep it really positive. And we go with the 4 pillars of profit. That's mastering the tools, learning a strategy, deployment, and reinforcement by sharing your results and your wins with the group, which also not only inspires you and gives you accountability, but also inspires others. And that's what we do. So it's a great group to be a part of. If this is something that you guys want to check out, would love to have you a part of the group. So there you go, guys. That's it for me today. Ended the session. Not a whole lot of cash, but hey, we're still in the game, and we can keep trading. And that's what it's all about. So we don't, you know, blow our money. And I think that's something that we're all trying to avoid at the end of the day. So wish you all the best of success, and we'll see you on the next video. Take care.